Probably the most terrifying sight that faces designers. The blank sheet of paper. But seriously, don't let it put you off. Think of it as an opportunity to freedom and creativity. Now, there are different ways to start, and these are my first scamps. Rough sketches just for you, no one else. And if you can't think of anything else, just start with basic, regular shapes. My idea has been inspired by something to take to the beach to protect a range of users from extreme sunlight. So this is inspired by the Coastal Challenge, and it's at the start I couldn't think of anything else except for an umbrella. So here's an umbrella, just go across there, go across there, go across there, go across there, and that's what an umbrella would look like from above. So that's a plan view, and this one makes me think of, if I just changed it slightly, because I can do it, please myself, and note how I'm using the pencil nice and loose, gives you more flexibility in your drawing. And I'm going to turn this one into some sort of something that reminds me of a sea creature, some sort of jellyfish. So I just remind myself that's what inspired me. So as soon as you're sort of talking through your drawing, so what isn't really obvious, you have to write a note. Now this one, that's being seen side on, this one and that one are from above. This one is more like those really big canopies from that you have for outdoor areas, seating areas at pubs and places like that. So this is some sort of umbrella canopy. But I'm already thinking about my research, I'm thinking about my initial specification, I'm thinking about who the users might be. So I can start covering this in notes to myself. This one, a bit more ambitious, I'll just slide it up, is some sort of roll out long canopy, and somehow it opens and shuts that way, and it's got legs, and it will have enough space underneath for a whole family. So I'm thinking there's someone who's okay sitting on the sand, maybe they've got a small child with them, possibly in an ideal world everything we do would be accessible, so there's some sort of wheelchair there and something like that, possibly the family dog if it's come to the seaside, don't know. So here this is something to do with families or groups, so you just note as you go. Now clearly this have to be made out of something. It'll have to be made out of some sort of heat reflective textile. Did I research any of that? I think I did. I think it's in technical textiles. So put in technical textiles research. So you've got a task to follow up. I'm still quite interested in that one. So I might just develop that slightly, but I'll work smaller now because I want to be able to see where my thoughts went. So here's my semicircle. Don't forget, if you have an ordinary maths geometry set, you've got all this stuff in there. If you've got anything round in your house, plate, cup, anything like that, just draw around it. It's really just to start off with, it's not a problem. So now I'm going to give it a sort of, it's going to have walls, it's going to have tent walls here. And now I'm thinking of Edwardian, not sure, I think they had sort of these things called machines, which are like mobile sheds that led you down into the water so no one could see your rude bits. But a sort of personal tent is what I'm thinking. But then I'm thinking, well, that's fine for getting changed in. So, you know, there's somebody in there getting changed into their swimsuit. They don't want anyone to see, so they're hiding behind there. But I do also want it to be able to roll up somehow. So I'm doing a little fat thing here, which is meant to be this rolled up, and then something to tie it into place. But that's very difficult to see. So you just write a note, sides, roll up. Don't forget what it is. It's scamps for a all-purpose, but mainly sun protection on beaches. All right, it's all right, good start, happy with that. Now you could just stop here, or you could start developing really good habits. So I'm imagining that you've got your research, your initial research. I imagine that you've chosen this because you've justified why you've chosen this particular topic. I'm also imagining that you've got an initial specification, and the specification hopefully will be based on FAMES. So I would just do yourself a reminder, I just hope you can see that, of what that all stands for. And again, this is the way I think, but you can think however you like. So you can give these a code. So anything that's to do with function, give it a code. So here, sides roll up, personal tent. And then further down, remember we talked about make this helpful to you as you go along. The next thing I can see that I've covered is to do with materials. So I'm going to make that purple, and it's something, some sort of technical textile or something reflective here. So you can see as you work, even with a really simple page of scamps, you've got things you can refer to, show that you're paying attention to your own initial specification. And this one I like. I think this is really nice. So that's to do with aesthetics, but I don't know if it'll work yet. And it's based on umbrellas. So there's going to be some sort of post in there. So there's something I haven't put in. All these things just float above the sand. So let's put some sand in and some sort of post that goes in there, and some sort of way of sticking it into the ground. So I've already made an improvement on a change. That's a functional thing. So I get out my functional thing and I'll go spike fits into the sand. And then I've got a question, haven't I? How to stop it blowing away. Because if you're at the coast, if you've ever been, it's windy, sand flying everywhere, and it's not always possible to get that in. But I already know something about these sorts of devices. I already know that for every outdoor restaurant or pub I've been to, they've thought of this. They've thought of a way to hold that secure and take it down. So there are already things that I can investigate So here, investigate, this is my next step. Devices for holding large umbrellas in place. So I've got a task, haven't I? Now personally, I always just do that when I'm writing that. That means it's something I've got to action. But you can do whichever method that suits you. Now this scribbly looking page has got so many ideas or gems of ideas waiting to be developed further. So I would carry on. If you've got colours at home, that's fine. You can do this with a pencil. You can do it with a biro. You can do it with whatever you like. Of course, I've got, interesting pens at home. That's my job. But you can do it however you like. I'm now going to use a highlighter here so that the thing I have to do next, my action point, is very clear to me. And that is a page of scamps. You can do as much or as little as you like, and that will help you go on to develop your next idea.